Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Cowboys Nation! Today, we've got some serious news that's got everyone talking, and honestly, it's one of those moments where you just have to sit back and process what's happening in the NFL landscape, especially when it comes to our beloved Dallas Cowboys. But wait, hold on, before we dive deep into all of this, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're here every day, bringing you the latest updates, analysis, and all the behind-the-scenes scoop about the Cowboys. So, if you're a true fan, hit that subscribe button, activate those notifications, and stay with us because what's coming next is really something you don't want to miss. Now, speaking of NFL news, let's talk about how the league is currently buzzing. There are rumors swirling around about a potential move involving some big names, and the Dallas Cowboys are somehow tied into this whirlwind of speculation. And I know what you're thinking, what could possibly involve the Cowboys? Well, that's exactly what we're here to unpack, because the latest whispers suggest that some of our former players, specifically Dez Bryant, might be making headlines in a different way than we're used to seeing. Yes, Dez Bryant, the legendary receiver who made so many incredible catches in Dallas, might be on the verge of a comeback or a new chapter, potentially with a team you might not expect. Now, I know Dez Bryant's name instantly sparks a lot of memories for Cowboys fans. I mean, who can forget those spectacular catches, the physicality he brought to the game, and the leadership he displayed both on and off the field? Dez was a crucial part of our offense for years, and even after leaving Dallas, he remained a fan favorite, always staying connected with the Cowboys community. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Recent reports and comments from Jerry Jones, our owner, have kind of stirred the pot. Jerry, who always has a way of keeping us on our toes, hinted that there might still be a possibility for Dez to return or at least to be involved in some capacity. And that's got everyone talking, isn't it? Because, let's face it, adding a veteran like Dez Bryant could really change the dynamic of our receiving core, especially as we look to rebuild and prepare for a competitive season. But hold on, it's not just Dez Bryant making headlines in the NFL rumor mill today. There's another name that's been gaining traction, Nick Chubb. Yes, the star running back from Cleveland, who's been a cornerstone of their offense for years now. Chubb is one of those backs who just seems to run through defenses with a blend of power, agility, and vision that's rare in today's NFL. His performances over the last few seasons have truly been exceptional. In fact, he's ranked among the top running backs in the league in rushing yards, yards per carry, and touchdowns. But what's really got everyone talking is the fact that multiple teams, including the Cowboys, are reportedly interested in acquiring him if the price is right. That's a huge deal, especially considering how vital Chubb has been for Cleveland's offense. Now, here's where things get really intriguing. If the Browns decide to trade Chubb, it could spell a major shift in their offensive strategy. Losing such a dynamic player would be a significant blow to their ground game, which has been one of the league's most effective. Chubb's ability to break tackles, gain tough yards, and open up play-action opportunities makes him a game-changer. For the Browns, it's a double-edged sword. They might want to cash in on his value, especially if they're looking to rebuild or make some strategic moves in free agency and the draft. For the Cowboys, though, adding a player like Chubb would be a game-changer. It would give Dak Prescott an outstanding weapon in the backfield, complementing the receiving core and making the offense even more versatile. But let's step back a little and analyze what this could mean for the Cowboys in the bigger picture. We all know how much the team has been building towards something special, especially with the core group of players like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tony Pollard. Pollard, in particular, had a breakout year last season before suffering an injury, and he's expected to be a focal point of the offense again. But adding a veteran like Chubb could elevate everything. Imagine having that reliable, explosive running threat to keep defenses honest and open up the passing game even more. It's the kind of move that could put the Cowboys in serious contention for a deep playoff run, because let's face it, the offense has plenty of firepower. What it sometimes lacks is that consistent, bruising presence in the backfield that can carry the ball 20+ times a game and wear down defenses. Now, it's important to remember that all these rumors are just that, speculation. Nothing is confirmed yet, and the NFL offseason is always filled with surprises. But what makes this situation so compelling is how it all ties back to the Cowboys' long-term strategy. Do we go all in on building around our offensive stars? Or do we make a bold move to bring in more veteran talent to fill gaps and add experience? That's the big question these days, especially with the NFL free agency period heating up and teams looking to make strategic moves to get ahead. And speaking of the Cowboys' current roster, we need to talk about how the team performed last season and what the expectations are for this upcoming campaign. Last year was a bit of a roller coaster. The team showed flashes of brilliance, especially on offense, with Dak Prescott bouncing back from injuries and CeeDee Lamb establishing himself as one of the league's top receivers. Tony Pollard's emergence as a lead back was a bright spot, and the offensive line, while still a work in progress, showed resilience. On defense, there's always room for improvement, but the front seven was solid, and the secondary showed promise, especially with the development of younger players. The key for Dallas moving forward is consistency. The team has the talent, no doubt about it, but staying healthy and executing at a high level week in and week out is what will determine whether they make a deep playoff run or fall short again. Now, looking ahead to the draft and free agency, the Cowboys are expected to be aggressive. They'll be targeting areas that need bolstering, maybe adding another receiver to complement Lamb, or perhaps beefing up the secondary. But the real wild card here is whether they pull the trigger on a blockbuster move, like trading for a player such as Nick Chubb, or bringing back a veteran like Dez Bryant if the opportunity arises. It's all about strategic planning and making those calculated moves to give this team the best chance to contend. One thing's for sure, the NFL landscape is incredibly competitive right now. Teams are making bold moves, and the Cowboys are right in the thick of it. The NFC is stacked with teams like the 49ers, Eagles, and Lions, all eager to make a statement, and the AFC is no different, with powerhouse squads vying for supremacy. That's why every move, big or small, can have a huge impact on how the season unfolds. For fans of the Cowboys, it's an exciting time, but also a tense one, because we all want to see our team not just compete, but dominate and finally get that coveted Super Bowl ring after so many near misses. And I want to emphasize something here, what we're witnessing right now is a pivotal moment for the franchise. The front office is probably working around the clock, analyzing every scenario, weighing the risks and rewards of these potential moves. Bringing in a veteran like Dez Bryant could boost the locker room and bring a spark of familiarity and leadership. On the other hand, trading for a talent like Nick Chubb could instantly elevate the offense to a whole new level, making the Cowboys a real threat in the NFC. These decisions aren't easy, and they require careful consideration, but one thing is clear, this team is on the cusp of something big, and the offseason will be crucial in shaping the future. Now, let's talk a little about the history of the Cowboys in recent years. We've seen ups and downs, playoff heartbreaks, and moments of brilliance that remind us why we fell in love with this team in the first place. The 2021 season, for example, was a roller coaster, with a promising start that unfortunately ended in disappointment when injuries and inconsistencies caught up with us. Last year, there was a sense of hope and rebuilding, especially with the emergence of younger players stepping up and showing they belong in the league's upper echelon. But as Cowboys fans, we know that to truly compete, we need to be aggressive, smart, and sometimes a little lucky in the offseason. The Dallas Cowboys are one of the most storied franchises in NFL history, with a legacy built on legendary players, iconic moments, and a passionate fan base that's second to none. And every year, expectations are sky high. We want to see our team back in the playoffs, competing for a Super Bowl. That's the ultimate goal, and every move the front office makes is scrutinized through that lens. So, when rumors start circulating about big names like Dez Bryant or Nick Chubb, it stirs hope and excitement among the fans. We start imagining what this team could look like if everything falls into place: an offense with explosive playmakers, a defense that can shut down even the toughest opponents, and a special teams unit that's reliable. As we wrap up, I just want to say that the NFL offseason is always a wild ride, and this year is no different. The Dallas Cowboys are clearly in a position to make some serious moves, and it's going to be fascinating to see how it all unfolds. Will they bring Dez Bryant back? Could they trade for Nick Chubb? Or maybe, they'll surprise us with something entirely unexpected. Whatever happens, one thing's for sure, Cowboys fans, you're in for an exciting ride. Keep your eyes glued to the news, stay tuned for updates, and remember that the future is bright. The team is determined, the front office is working hard, and we're all just waiting to see how it all comes together. The Dallas Cowboys are never out of the race, and this offseason might be the start of something truly special. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all these rumors? Do you believe Dez Bryant will make a comeback? Would you love to see Nick Chubb in the star? Or do you think the team should focus on other areas? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so make sure to stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys!